So the purpose of this video is to discuss 4 reasons why people choose not to give certain information to the police. As a police officer myself, I've heard these reasons all the time, and I see them as a very real problem, very, very big problem, right? Number 1, people don't trust the police. There is a lack of trust in the police among the public. Why is that? People say too much corruption in the police force, right? Too much corrupt police are in the JCF. Despite our best efforts, people just don't trust us. They don't, right? The public has no faith in the police to bring forward certain information. Now guys, sharing information and being a witness may sometimes put your life at risk, and people do not trust the police to keep certain information confidential. They don't trust the police to keep them safe either. I've heard people speak about it, and I was generally dismissive in the early part of my career. But according to Bob Marley, who feels it knows it, because I've known of cases, right, family members where they have gone to a particular police station, made a report against an individual, only to be confronted by that individual about the said report that was made. Them something that cause problem in a real life. Them something that make people lose them life. And I mean, people with bad intentions will always find them way in the JCF. There's no way you can get rid of that. So even if 99.99% of police officers were exactly what they needed to be, no one is going to trust a random police officer. So there will always be a level of skepticism and caution, because there is that possibility that they end up sharing information with that one bad apple. It is for this reason we cannot afford a bad apple within the JCF. And I mean, one bad apple spoil the bunch, and this make the work of good law-abiding police officers that more difficult. Recently, I did this poll on my YouTube community tab, and I asked the question: if you should witness a crime, would you report it to the police? Would you report it? Right? The poll is available on the channel, so if you want to participate, it is still there. You can go ahead and do so. At the time of recording this video, 56% voted that they would report it to the police. And it is good to know that some of our citizens remain upstanding despite everything that happened around them. 19% voted no, and I am sure they would probably want someone out of the 56% to step forward and speak up to say something if something should have happened to a family members of theirs. And the other 25% weren't so sure whether or not they would report it. Number 2, police can't solve crime. People believe that police can't solve crime. Police are not trusted by the public, by the people to solve crimes. And we hear this over and over and over again. And there's a good chance that you too, right, may feel the same way as well. Honestly, police don't have a good track record of resolving major crimes and get conviction. You know, because conviction rate no look so good. This is due to the fact that people tend not to report crimes and generally don't follow through the process. So even if they report it, them now go court. Despite the fact that the police have the power to investigate and effect an arrest, they can only do so much. I want to understand that. So the solution here is to get people involved in the entire process from start to finish, so that we can have a very successful case. People really don't know how the process works, you know. They don't, and so we have to find a way to explain it to them, because there's a lot more to it than just telling the police that yes, a Tom Stroke do it, a Tom Stroke do that, Tom Stroke do this, and everything falls into place. Nah, it don't work like that, right? I'm sure you have seen where police officers would have come into your community and detained one whole bag of man, right? Persons of interest. But as soon as they are detained, they are back out on the street again. Have you ever wondered why that is? Because sometimes them even pick up somebody, kill them, and you are so excited. You are say, yeah, the police will finally hold the boy. But by tomorrow morning, I see him walk up and down in your place. So you say, boy, police them really leg back the boy. Yes, people, your intel where you provide, you know, can lead to an arrest, right? Certainly, anybody can get arrested, right? Anybody at all, as long as there's a report, anybody can be arrested. But intel without evidence is another story altogether, right? Reporting something without somebody coming forward and pointing out killy upon ID parade and say, yes, I him do it. It don't make no sense. People not willing to give statement and they are unwilling to come forward and testify in court is the reason why some of them are back in your community today. And I mean, Therefore, if you want your police officers to be more effective and clean up your community, then you have to take action. You can't just sit down at home, take up the phone and make a call. You understand? You have to play for your part as well. And there's a lot more to it than just that. Now, number 3, people are afraid to get involved. And we understand the dynamics of the thing, right? Because getting involved may cost you your life. And people are afraid of that. People are afraid of the consequences. Because contract killings of witnesses from behind bars are not uncommon in Jamaica. The disappearance of witnesses, the intimidation of witnesses, or threat against witnesses are common occurrence in Jamaica. People afraid of them consequences. So as long as it does not affect them personally, they generally don't come forward and make a report. Police corruption, the fear of becoming a victim if they report it, and the belief that the police cannot keep them safe create a natural reluctance to get involved as well. So what we have to do, we go have to look at all the possibilities, we have to look at all the variables and commit to ensure the safety of the public whenever them come forward to make a report. Because people don't want to kill page them, you know. And so them have to secure them 3 points. And I mean, people don't want the killy come on them ends. Because sometimes when them come forward, everybody them a take out. Number 4, informer for them. I know enough of you know about this. You hear this every day, you hear it in the music, you hear it in the corner shop, in the lane, down there, around there, so everyone is going to hear this. There is just this culture in Jamaica, and this is a language used among criminals or people who support criminal elements, right? That if a snitch of a dead, it is significantly impacting the investigative capacity and the capabilities of the JCF. When people feel like their life is at risk if they report something or if they become witnesses and testify, then naturally they will not want to come forward. And I mean, we have a witness protection program, you know, right, that is available, but a lot of people are not willing to accept the offer. And one can understand, you know, because you go have to change so many things when you go in at them program there. And so you go have to really encourage people and change the program in such a way that it is more appealing to people. We know the offenders, you know, right? As police officers, we do know the offenders, and many of them are locked up. Even though we know they are involved in crime, there is little the police can do until witnesses come forward. And if they don't, we can only keep them for so long. We can't lock them up forever. I know the trust factor, and I know it is a real problem. And so we have to create a trustworthy avenues where people can come forward, provide information, and follow through with the process without there being a breach of trust. Guys, want to keep this in the back of your head. You see them killy that would telling us the informer for dead. Believe it or not, want to know that some of them are the biggest informer around town. So now make them intimidate and stop you from coming forward. I've been a police officer for quite a while now, and me hear enough of them sing sweeter than Nightingale. Some of them leak worse than NWC water pipes. So when you have good law-abiding people who are afraid to talk, when you have good law-abiding people who keep their mouth shut, things only get worse. So you have to understand, so your silence doesn't make it any better or make the problem go away. You are only allowing the problem to fester and get much worse. Right now, I believe that everybody fit on informer. If you see somebody on your lane, on your block, on your apartment, down the road, around the corner, and them look suspicious, 119. If you know where the killy them rest them head, 119. Save on yourself and on your loved one. If you don't say anything, nothing will be done. Nothing will change if no one is willing to make a change. You understand? When an arrest is made, the police cannot bring the suspect before the court without solid evidence and a witness to say, yes, me see when the killy do this, and me see when the killy do that. Giving a statement, guys, I know it is voluntary and you have no legal obligation or no legal responsibility to report a crime. But let me say this, the success of the police depends on you as a citizen. So you have to get involved, right? Some people say we must get rid of Indicom and let the police get rid of the killy them, since nobody don't want to come forward. But it sounds as if you are telling the police to do certain kind of things, and you know that is not a viable option. But what you say, you agree? Leave a comments down below. And guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like the video and share it. You understand? Catch you guys in the next one. Until them time there, take care.